is Ellie here. This is lesson 5, the last one on the basis and fundamentals of Pilates. Our previous lesson was about core stability. We learned how to activate our core muscles whilst our trunk remains in a still position. Once you have mastered it, connecting to your center with the exercises that I showed you in lesson 4, you can apply what you have learned to all the other Pilates exercises. With time and regular practice, as you learn to control your alignment through the movement, you will not need to engage your core actively and consciously, it will automatically engage. In this lesson, we will be learning about mobility. In order to go about our daily activities, we need to be able to bend forward, this is a flexion of your spine, backwards, extension of the spine, to the side, so it's lateral flexion of the spine, and twist, which is rotation of the spine. Pilates helps us to control and articulate our spine throughout the various movements. Let's stand up and practice some exercises. Let's start with spinal rotation. The exercise I'll show you called thoracic twist. So imagine the wall behind you and place yourself. Connect your body, your bottom, your shoulders and back of your crown to the imaginary wall. Lengthen through your spine, both sides of your wrist, soften your knees. Place your shoulders back and down and make an praying position. So your fingers somewhere in between your lips and your chin, right in the middle of your face. Now we're breathing in and we stabilizing your knees, your arms, and we're just twisting slowly to the side, looking over your fingertips. So your hips, your knees, your arms are still. And then we're breathing out and we're coming back to the center. The next exercise will be lateral flexion of your spine. Again, get into the alignment. Then we're reaching your arm up, but we equally spread your weight on both feet. So we're not taking the weight on one side and we're not lifting the shoulder. We're just lengthening both sides of your torso again. And now we imagine yourself as standing in between two glass walls and only the direction you can bend is straight to the side. So we're breathing in and we bend directly to the side. And as you breathe out, you extend and you lower. And then we need to repeat on another side. The next one is amazing exercise. It's giving you whole flexion and extension of your spine. We call them roll downs. There is different levels of roll downs, so I'll show you the beginner level. As a beginner, you can stay your feet hip width apart and you can soften your knees as much as you want while you're rolling down. Now what I want you, imagine your spine as a bicycle chain and you will roll it down link by link, link by link. So you're flexing the vertebrae as one at a time. And the same when we're extending, you're doing the same. We're building vertebrae by vertebrae by vertebrae, like you're playing Lego. Well, let's do it. So we're breathing and we prepare. And then you engage your core muscles, powerhouse engage to support your spine because it's a big flexion. And you start to leading with your head, hook it down, followed by your shoulders. Then you rib cage up to the ceiling. Heavy hands and heavy head leading your flexion and you feel it. You flexing vertebrae by vertebrae, segment by segment, till you reach the floor next to your feet. You can bend your knees if your flexion is not as good, but all you need to consider your knees staying parallel to each other so you not take them out or in. Here we're taking a nice deep breath in and try to push your bottom up a little bit. And as you breathe out, and again, you engage your powerhouse and you start to rebuild your spine from your hip all the way to your shoulders, vertebrae by vertebrae. Nicely feeling it and enjoying the lovely extension and movements of your spine. As I transition to the next exercise, we roll down again. As we touch the floor, we walk your hands forward and gently drop your knees down, and we get it into the child pose position. Here we are in a child position. It's very unpopular position to release tension around your spine, to stretch the muscles around your spine, lower back, back of your legs. So we use it quite often to go from one exercise to another exercise. So if you can sit, your bottom on your heels, your knees in alignment with your hips, and then you slide your arms directly forward and you feel a lovely stretch of your spine. And then you aim to pull your forehead down on the mat. So this is ideal position, your bottom on the heel, on your heels, and the forehead on your mat. And if you'll be able to do this, it means your spine doesn't need any more stretching, it is flexible. But don't worry if you can't reach this position, if you're a little bit there, there's always an opportunity to improve. So with any position you will start, with Pilates lessons you will progress. And if you have any lower back pain, so you possibly will do it this way. Just more chest to the floor and relax. And from this position we will go to learn a little bit more of flexion and extension of your spine while we're lying down. So the way we're lying down is Pilates is quite nice. So we imagine our spine as a pizza wheel and we're slowly lowering it down vertebrae by vertebrae. So you see we're articulating our spine again. So, and it loves it. Right, so from this position we want to place your heels closer and feet hip width apart. And what we're going to do now, we're going to do articulation of your spine. So it's called spinal curls, or we call it pelvic tilt. So imagine you having a compass. So nose is your pubic bone and south is your belly button. So what we're going to do, we're going to tilt this compass while articulating your spine vertebrae by vertebrae. As we're breathing in, we start to articulate your lower back. So it's slowly going towards your tailbone, and then we breathe out. We engage your core muscles, we choke your pelvis down to the floor, you tilt your tailbone slightly in, and then you lift your tailbone off the mat and slowly take one vertebrae at a time to lift your spine all the way up to your shoulder blades. You maintain your ribs flat, lengthen through your neck and looking over your knees. Your knees in alignment with your hips. Here we need to engage your bottom muscles. And then when we're lowering your spine, you start to articulate again. So we're breathing in and we're placing on the mat vertebrae by vertebrae. And here we're having a flexion of your spine. So when we're lifting, we have an extension on your spine. And we're going through the flexion and back to the extension. Oh, our spine loves articulation. If your spine is stiff at 30, Joseph Pilates once said, you're old. And if it's flexible at 60, you're young. Let's bring the beginner course to an end. I hope you find this useful and informative. I would welcome your comments below. Look out for more videos to come. If you would like to know more about my group courses and one-to-one sessions I provide around Derby, please contact me at my Facebook page called Pilates with Love. Thank you for listening, and I wish you all the best in your journey of discovering your own body.